Hello and welcome to the Federal Special Podcast. I am Siddharth Chakravarti and joining me today is a very special guest, Dr. Madhavan Chandradathan. He is a renowned space scientist and a former director of Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. As the nation celebrates the success of Chandrayaan 3, the frugality of India's space odyssey has become the talk of the town. To discuss the cost effectiveness of India's mission and a lot more, we are joined by a senior space scientist. Welcome to the show, sir. So my first question is, what is the secret behind India's budget-friendly space missions?
There is not much secret. As generally everybody knows, our scientists and engineers are not paid in par with those getting abroad. Number one. So, in short, it will be job is cheaper here. Number two is the number of qualification, ground tests, simulation tests, etc. What we do in comparison to other global agencies like us, number of tests for us is much lesser than others. That will automatically bring down the cost. See, for example, I can tell you the solid boosters, solid rocket boosters, etc. After two successful tests, we qualify the booster for flight worthiness. Whereas in other countries, like whether it is space shuttle or variant vehicle in European space agencies, etc., more than half a dozen tests they conducted. It involves a lot of money. And it is applicable for any subsystems what we are doing. But we never compromise on the quality of it. It depends. It requires a bit of skill and intelligence and experience in the field, which will enlarge your confidence level. When the confidence level is very strong and powerful, number of tests can be reduced. This is one of the major reasons.
So just to extend to what you said, former ISRO chairman, Mr. Madhavan Nair, he recently said that our scientists are paid almost 1/5 the world's scientists, the scientists from the developed world. And because of this low wage, they are able to find cost-effective technologies and methods. So how is that statement? How far is that statement true?
It is more or less true. Dr. Madhavan Nair is a person who could at least enhance the salary and the remuneration levels of the ISRO employees. Till that time, until he was becoming the chairman, etc., the salary level was much lower. In before 2000 period, none of the outstanding candidates from our reputed IITs, NITs, etc., the rank holders never joined ISRO. Because, the other software companies like Infosys, Wipro, CTS, such companies, pay almost double the salary than what ISRO pays. That was the condition. That was condition about 20 years back. And that was the reason, one reason Madhavan Nair has started an institute in Thiruvananthapuram, Indian Institute of Space Technology, to train and, bring up outstanding candidates who will be fully absorbed for the ISRO program. But then later, after 2008, after the Chandrayaan 1 launch, there was a boom. It was a real boom among the public, among the media, and among the outstanding student community coming out of the reputed institutions and, research fellows. They were all, their first choice has become ISRO now. Now you say any institute you say, the most outstanding products from there, their preference is join ISRO first. So it has become such a kind of attracting, boom. That was the condition now.
Dr. Dathan, if I can just ask you a follow-up question. Sir, what is that motivating factor? You were saying the wages were very low prior to 2008. Now, what exactly is the motivating factor for these scientists to join ISRO and undertake space odysseys?
It's a very interesting question. I'll tell a simple one story and my experience, what I had. When I was there, I had been in the director in 3 major centers. 2008 to 2013, I was the director of the Satish Dhawan Space Center. During the period only, the Chandrayaan 1 was there. And then from there, another 2 years, I went to Liquid Propulsion System Center as a director in Valiyamala, Thiruvananthapuram, and I came back to VSSC in the round where I was originally started. He came back. During this particular period, I used to interact with the youngsters who are joining ISRO. In every year, about 300 new recruits are being joined before our institute products coming out. So every time, I used to ask them. And there is a 2-hour session I spent with them, what made you to join? There were people, though, after that, the Chandrayaan and boom and etc., there were occasions, people resigned from Infosys, Wipro and other big software companies and joined ISRO. That time also our salary was not boosted. Our salary has boosted only later when the pay commission fixed as central pay commission fixed has come, only the salary is boosted. I asked a boy, where were you earlier? He told, I was in Infosys. I asked him how much you are getting there. He told I was getting around 40,000 rupees. I asked him how much you get here. I am getting about 22,000 rupees here. I just asked him, what made you to come to ISRO? You should listen to the answer what he says. He simply smiled and told, sir, there in Infosys my job was cutting and stitching. I don't know who wears it, where it goes. Cutting and stitching is my job there. But then I asked, what about ISRO? ISRO, I am a designer. I am a cloth designer. So I know how to design a cloth, in how it should be made attractive and who is going to use it and how is its performance and what is its command. He simply explained with a silly, simple example. See, that is the amount of satisfaction and the national service, what we do for the nation. That feeling is there. Money is not the only criteria. Even now, there are software companies who are paying much higher salary than ISRO as Government of India salary. So that was the condition. It is a satisfaction, level of satisfaction, level of thrill in doing a particular scientific, technological work for the benefits and for the good name of the nation.
Right. Very, very aptly put, Dr. Dathan. Dr. Dathan, if I was to ask you, you have been directors, you have been a director in 3 of the major institutes in our country. Sir, if you have to look at the political dispensation, as you have seen political dispensation over the years and their response towards the scientific community, how do you think, has it changed greatly, the support system, the response? How do you see it?
That's the most amazing thing. See, as government servants, we have got only one policy and one politics. Support the ruling party. Let the party be anything. We support the ruling party, get the instructions from there, and brief them everything what we have in absolute faithfulness and get the maximum support. I can tell you during my tenure, I have worked 43 and a half years in ISRO. 2072 to 2014 end, I worked in ISRO in major 3 centers. As I told you, I had been very close with the planning board chairman and so many people. And the way by which, the Prime Minister support us, amazing. There, Congress ministry was there, BJP ministry was there. Absolutely, we don't find a difference. From Morarji Desai's time, Manmohan Singh's time, Vajpayee's time, and now Modi Sahib, after taking charge, when he visited Sriharikota, I was taking him around because I could convey in Hindi nicely. So, I was being put for that job by the then chairman, Dada. And 1.5 days full I was with him. And what a kind of ambitious and, emotional attachment he has got with the science program and to the scientists. So, politics is not at all a criteria as far as the Department of Space is concerned. ISRO is so lucky in that way, irrespective of the politics. Whoever made the Prime Minister, those ministers were giving us absolute hands, absolute support, no dearth for money.
Right. Dr. Dathan, I asked you this question. Basically, there's a context to this question. Of late, Congress leaders like, leaders like Digvijay Singh and KC Venugopal, they have said that, senior engineers with the Heavy Engineering Corporation Ranchi, who played a very pivotal role in the Chandrayaan 3 mission, were not paid for, as long as 17 months. And there was a huge cut in funds, for the space program and the space department. So my question was in that context. How do you respond to this?
I don't know. I am not aware of it. Sorry, I am not aware of that particular thing.
Okay. So the success of Chandrayaan 3 mission, how do you think will it, bolster India's, image? Obviously, it has, but in terms of other commercial engagement with the European Space Mission and other countries. So how do you think? Where are we headed now?
See, by this Chandrayaan mission, as far as you see, a lander has been placed in a soft way, without in the most safe way. It has been landed. The rover has come and it is going to do a lot of investigations and research, and we may get or we may not get output from that. But the added thing is, the most important thing is proving of hundreds of technologies. This mission has proved hundreds of bin-off technologies, modules, electronics packages, special instruments, gyroscopes, accelerometers, and what senses, very precise and critical senses, which are all extremely useful for a better performance in all our aircraft, in Airbuses, and in defense, in missiles. In so many applications, these technologies, what we have used in Chandrayaan mission, from the launching till the lander touching down the moon surface, those technologies will find their role in the industry in different way. That is going to be commercially important for us. People will come behind us about improving their system. Even now in the aircraft industries, I say passenger aircraft industries, the precise precision components required for various purposes in the required quality level, there is a scarcity for the component. That is the status. If I say Airbus industries, the Airbus industries are finding it so difficult to get sufficient number of modules, components, electronic packages, sensors, etc., for meeting with their production targets. Now here we have a technology which has much improved system. We will be able to attract the industry. They will come over here. This technology can be transferred to them. So commercially, this vision has got a lot of implication if we properly use it. Yeah.
Okay. And sir, due to paucity of time, this is my last question. Sir, as you have mentioned that you have been associated with ISRO for more than 4 decades. So you have seen the space agency, grow from at a very nascent stage from where it is now. So could you please describe this growth for us?
See, I joined Tumba rocket stations, that place in 1972 January. That I was just years, not even 21 years completed that day. See, that time Dr. Kalam was there, and I could work with him more than 10 years, very close with him. See, that first 10 to 15 to 20 years till 1980, we were on the learning phase. We were on the experimental phase. We made mistakes and failures. We have come to this level after so many mistakes. And what an amount of criticism we have suffered. Even people, from my Tumba unit, vehicles, buses, when it is going to the city, during the failure, people have stopped the buses and howled. Ridiculous comments they made. The newspapers like you have put cartoons, and they even told SLV means satellite sea launching vehicle. They told SLV means sea launching vehicle. Then we put ASLV, they told always sea launching vehicle. What a kind of criticism we have heard about. From that we learned. But from every failure we have learned. And that is the way we have reached. And I was a part of that. So that was the condition by which now the youngsters who are joining, they don't face these problems because now the technology has been made, we have recorded it, we have excellent design tools, we have excellent design reports, We have documented everything perfectly. We have senior scientists and engineers, who are able to teach them, train them, and, make them confident in. We need not to go to any other countries now. We have become masters now. So that's a different scenario. So that growth, what we have attained is marvelous. All this happened because we have a very peculiar culture. We call it ISRO culture. It's a department, government department. But here, people never feel they are a government officer or government servant. Nobody needs to tell them to do any work. They think about it, they enjoy in working. They don't have a time. They don't have 8 hours time. They don't feel holidays. That culture from the top man to chairman to the safari wala or to the tea canteen boy, everybody has got that sense of involvement and sense of importance. That culture has been developed from the time of Sarabhat. So we have to go to the great man who made this culture inside this organization. Over.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Chandradathan, so much for speaking to the federal. I mean, it was absolutely great the way you explained the frugality of India's space odyssey and what goes behind the missions and all the preparations. Thanks a lot. And for our viewers, stay tuned for more such interesting conversations.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.